Hi, Mukami Benson here, and welcome to my channel. This channel is all about passion, talent, and interest. And today we have a very interesting guest. She is multi-talented, and I would like her to introduce herself. She can only be the one to do that better. So please welcome to this channel and introduce yourself.
Thank you very much, Mukami. I'm happy to be in your channel today. I'm Faustine Ntuba. I'm a wife, a mom to three wonderful boys. I'm a diplomat. I'm a self-taught chef, an interior decorator, an event planner.
Very
I do
interesting.
wigs too.
Wow.
I make clothes, like the one I'm wearing now, actually
This
made
is
it
all
myself.
that you make to yourself.
Yes, I made them
Wow.
for myself. And much more.
Interesting story. When I first heard about your story, I said, I must have you on the show because I know your story will inspire children, will inspire women, will inspire parents, and everybody who hears you will be able to check themselves and see what they can do with themselves. So please tell us about your background, your training. How did you get to where you are?
Okay, I was born in Cameroon, in Yaoundé. Yaoundé is the
Oh,
capital city of Cameroon.
wow.
Yeah, I have two siblings, a brother and a sister. So my brother is the first, I'm the second, and I have a younger sister.
Wow.
I was born in the 80s. I'm a millennial.
Wow. You're not a Gen
Yeah,
Z.
no way. We are not even have a millennial. I'm a millennial,
An
please.
international millennial
Oh
on
yeah, I'm a
this show.
millennial.
Wow. Yes.
Yeah, I was born in Yaoundé, as I said. I went to school in Yaoundé. I went to normal school. I grew in a normal home. I was a very smart kid, by the way.
Wow.
Yeah.
Mm.
I went to nursery, primary, secondary school. Normal. Yeah. I went to the university. I studied
Wow.
law in the University of Yaoundé too.
Wow.
I studied law.
Mhm.
Then after I finished my first degree, my bachelor's, I got married.
All right.
Yes.
In between there, love came your way.
Yes, I got married.
Wow.
I finished my degree in 2009, 2008,
Mhm.
June,
Mm.
and I got married in 2009. So
Wow.
under a year after I finished my degree, I got
You
married.
became a wife.
I became a wife. So when I got married, and I got married very young, I got married on my 23rd birthday.
Oh my.
Yes.
That's
After
insane.
I got married, I moved to Douala, where my husband was. My husband used to live in Douala, so I moved to Douala with my husband, and yeah, I started having children. So after we had our first kid, because our first kid came 9 months after we got married. So after we
Wow.
had our first kid, when he was a baby, I enrolled myself into an interior decoration school. It's called
Wow.
Nemale Fashion Academy.
Mm.
So they do interior
Still
decoration
in Cameroon?
in Cameroon, in Douala. So they do interior decoration, event planning, and yeah, interior decoration and event planning, and fashion and designing.
Wow.
So I chose interior decoration and event planning.
Mm.
So going into the school, I never knew I was going to go and learn. Okay, when I was enrolling into that school, what was in my mind was that they're going to teach me how to decorate events. Like, at the time we had chair
Wedding.
covers for weddings and birthdays and those kinds of things. So in my mind, I knew that's what we are going to be taught. But imagine the first day I went to class and they told me to go and sit on a sewing machine, on an industrial machine.
Wow.
So what I had in my mind, I didn't learn, but I learned something else. So that's where I learned how to sew the curtains, the blinds, bed sheets, bed covers, pillow covers, and all of that.
All those things you do.
Yes, I learned that. I learned how to do blinds from the interior decoration institution. I learned how to do blinds, bed sheets, bed covers, and so on.
So they're actually offering a very comprehensive training.
Exactly.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what they were doing. Then when I left the school, since I liked what I was doing, I love events.
Yes.
I love organizing events for people. I don't like to be, I like to organize parties for people, but not for myself, because I don't want to be the center of attraction.
Oh,
Yeah. So
interesting.
so I organize parties for people. Because of that interest, when I left the school is a normal school. It was 2 years. I went to the school for 2 years. So when I left the school now, since I loved events and people always call me to organize things for them. Oh, for we have a baby shower. Oh, we have this and we have that. So while doing curtains, I was doing events for people, weddings and so on. Before I moved to Kenya, I planned many weddings for people, many baby showers, and I used to decorate people's homes too. Like my friends were having babies too at the time. Many people have, because we were around the age where we just got married. Many of my friends were having babies, so I used to go and decorate their nurseries, and those things. So I knew how to source for things. I'll go into markets where they have cheaper decoration items and pick and decorate. I had a team I worked with. I had a painter, a carpenter, and all of that.
Wow.
Yeah.
So let's get the sequence of events right. So you finished high school, you went to university. After you graduated, you got married, you got one child, then you went back for interior design.
Yes. While in the interior decoration school, I got pregnant for the second child.
Okay.
Yeah. So I went to school while pregnant.
Okay.
Yeah, for my second son.
Yes.
Yeah.
So this school, when you were carrying your second son, you were still doing design or something else?
Same design.
Same design. So you're just finishing.
I was just finishing.
All right.
Yeah, that's like I said, that's why I learned how to do the curtains and the pillowcases and the bed sheets, bed covers, jewelry covers, and all of that.
Okay. So after now the interior design class, you graduated and went to.
After the interior design class, I graduated and I started doing events on the side. So I was doing the curtains. If you want curtains for your house, I can come and do for you. Then I will do people's nurseries and their houses, because I had a very small house at that time. Remember, I just got married. It wasn't even 3 years. My house was very small. So I decorated it beautifully. So everybody who used to move in used to come to visit. Would say, Faustine, I like your house. And I'll be like, I can do it for you. And I used to do it for free. I used to do it for free. But later, yes, because I wanted to, like, I liked it. That's something I would do. Interior decoration has always been my first love. That's what I would do.
Complete passion.
I love it. Yes, that's what I would do without. I mean, I won't think. I would just do it. Yes, so I started doing it for people. Then when I saw that people started coming and they were always asking, I started charging for it. Yes, I started charging for it. So I used to do the curtains. I used to charge. Then, like I say, and I do events, weddings, birthdays. Yeah.
Wow.
The events, I used to try to manage them because most of the events were out of town. And I had a young family. My kids were small. So I used to try to manage them. I didn't used to take so many events out of town. Yeah, so I couldn't do so many events. I used to just choose a few because I didn't want that I'll work with, and which would give me time to manage my home children.
So I see now the other side of you here. You're working with your passion, but you're also being careful not to neglect your maternal duties. You have to be there for your children, for your spouse. You're running a home. You're still working with your passion. And one thing I know is that when somebody is passionate about something, they can do it even without pay. And that is where you started. So we can simply say that you put your passion out there and money followed.
Yeah.
It is that simple. Wow, great. So now from after now you started working.
I started working. I was doing that. It used to give me at least some money. Yeah, because I used to charge for it. Then when people visit me, right, I will cook and they will like what I will cook. Wow. Faustine, you make rice so well. Your chicken is well grilled. You do this. And Cameroon, we are blessed with food. We have so many dishes. Cooked differently and very tasteful. So everybody will be like, Faustine, I like this. Can you do this for me? Can you? So when people started asking, I was like, I'm going to charge two for this. Yeah. So when my husband didn't like that part, cooking for people. He never liked it. Yes, he didn't like it.
Nice.
Yeah, he didn't really like it. He's like, but that's too much. Just stick to one thing. Yeah. So when he travels, because my husband's job, he used to travel a lot. So when he travels and somebody will just come in, Faustine, can you do this for me? I was like, fine. And I will charge and I will do. And that's how people
make some money.
And make some money. So now what I started doing, since I used to plan events, I started doing dinners, corporate dinners. Like for example, your husband colleagues are coming to see his new baby, for example. So 15 people. So I'm going to come and do that for you and do the catering. You get.
Yes.
So I will do the table layout,
Mhm.
everything. Then I do the catering.
Wow.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, I used to do that. So things that used to happen just around where we live, it didn't entail me to travel because I'm a family girl.
Yes.
Yes, I'm very interested in my family. I'm very intentional with the way I raise
Your
the children and my home and that. So I always wanted something that would keep me around.
Wow. You're such a homemaker.
Yeah, I'm a homemaker.
Wow.
Mhm.
So and then now after that, after you are now continuing with cooking and you're still doing curtains.
I'm doing children.
And
And
now
I
your
forgot
child
to
is a
mention.
child born yet.
Yes, I have
All
two
right.
children.
All right.
Yes, the two boys are there.
Mm.
I forgot to mention at
Yes.
one point,
Mhm.
we owned a travel agency, so I used to sell air tickets.
Oh.
Yes, I used to sell air tickets, and we had an office in town. So I'll
So would you go
manage.
to the office?
I'll go 2 times a week.
Okay.
Yes, I'll spare like 2 hours and go 2 times a week. I go to the office. I go 2 times a week. I just go and check what's happening. But the business didn't really do well. So when we're moving to Kenya, we closed that business.
Okay.
Yes, and I did the training, Amadeus training.
What's that?
Amadeus training. Amadeus is the board that regulates ticketing, like selling of tickets. So to be able to how do they do? To be able to get a ticket for somebody, you should be able to use that system.
Okay.
So I learned how to use the Amadeus.
Oh.
Yeah.
And knowledge never expires.
Knowledge never
So
expires.
you still have the
Yeah.
opportunity to use it
Yes.
whenever you want to.
Whenever I want to.
All right. So now we have seen you have cooking and you have cutting and you have two children.
Yeah.
So and you have a law degree.
I have a law degree.
So what happens next?
My husband was moved to Kenya. So we needed to move to Kenya. At that point, I was pregnant for our third baby.
All right.
Yes. So we had to move to Kenya. Yeah, we came to Kenya. I was pregnant, 6 months pregnant. I landed in Kenya with a 6 months pregnant. I was 6 months pregnant. Yeah, when I came to Kenya with two other boys. Yeah, so we moved to Kenya July 2016. Yes, July 2016. We moved to Kenya. When I came to Kenya, I was pregnant. It was a new place. There was really nothing I could do at that point.
You have to learn
the environment, learn the people, learn what they like. So when I had the baby, after 9 months or so, I went to Islay. You know Islay? So I just checked online and I saw where they sell curtains in Kenya cheap. So I went to Islay. I went to Biashara Street. I went and checked. When I went to Biashara Street, the curtains were nice, but they were a little bit more expensive. So that I knew that for another target market for people who know what they want. I went to Islay. The blinds are not bad, and they were cheaper. Yes. So I saw in Kenya, there's a different style of blinds they do, curtains that we don't do in Cameroon.
Oh.
Yeah. In Cameroon, Cameroon is mostly French. So they have a different style. Their blinds are simple, just contemporary. But when I came to Kenya, they do the heavier blinds. So they do the how do they call it? I don't know how to call it in English, the gongs and all of that. So I went to Islay and I saw somebody sewing. So I just cornered the person and asked him whether he could teach me. Yes. When I came to Kenya, my husband bought another machine. So the minute I landed in Kenya, after like 6 months, I bought my machine. Yeah. So I went
So
to
the one you had in
Cameroon when I was coming.
You sold it?
I sold it. Okay. I sold it off, yes, I sold it. So when I came to Kenya, I bought another machine. So I went to Islay and called. I saw somebody. I saw him making those banners. I asked him, "Can you teach me?" He said, "Yes." He said, "You need to come here." I said, "No, I can't come. Can you come to my house and teach me?" He said, "How will he teach me? I told him I have everything." So he charged me. I don't know how much he charged. So he came and taught me how to sew the kinds of blinds I stay in Kenyan homes. So he taught me, and I started doing that. I was doing that for a few Cameroonians, for a few Kenyans here in Kenya. When I go to the hospital, I speak with the pediatrician, I speak with the nurses, and I ask them whatever they want. So yeah, I started doing some curtains for them. I did curtains till, and while doing curtains, I still used to cook for people in Kenya, in Nairobi. So we have a Cameroonian community here. So when they ask, I want fried rice, I'll say, it's all right, I'll do it for you. I want this, I'll do it for you. When people visit, I make nice meals for them. They like. Wow. So in 2020, the COVID, So everywhere was closed, nobody was going out.
Yes.
That's where Alpha Cuisine was born.
Oh.
This Alpha
Look at
Cuisine
you.
business, that's
You
where
are
it was
not
born.
closed by COVID.
Exactly.
You decided to take advantage. Wow.
So 2020, anybody ask for thing, can you make fried rice for me? I'll charge. For thing, can you do? And I love beautiful things, beautiful spaces, I mean, whenever I want to do something, my goal is to create memories, create a lasting impression. So if I want to make, for example, we call it, let me say jollof rice, right? Everybody does jollof rice. But now, if I want to make my jollof rice, I would like to do it different. I would like to present it different. You get.
So you work on the smaller details.
I'm a very detailed person. Yes, I work on the items I use, the presentation. You know, life is hard. People just want to have a nice time. At times, just giving somebody something nice can make that person stay.
Yes, that is made.
Yeah,
That's right.
So that's what I'm saying. Then 2020, I used to bake, but not baking like baking birthday cakes and all of those things. 2020, I taught myself how to bake. Yeah, I went to, how do they call it, YouTube University.
Yes.
Yes.
School of cooking.
School of cooking. So I taught
Very
myself
well.
how to bake and how to make other meals. I mean, not only Cameroonian meals, other meals. I taught myself how to bake. Yeah, so I started baking cakes. So I figured out that I have, because COVID, all of us were home. There was no business. Everything was closed. I figured out I have 3 kids, my husband, we have anniversaries, we have birthdays and all of that. If I had to give out cakes all the time, it cost a lot of money. So I taught myself how to bake. So we don't buy cakes in our family.
Wow. You do them
I
yourself.
do the cakes.
The bakery is here.
Exactly. So I do the cake myself. I saw it as a way, I mean, I could support my husband with that. So I bake all our cakes. Yeah, I'm the extra mom.
Wow. Hey, that is interesting.
Yeah.
So there's something I'd like to know. Before you came to Kenya, did you receive extra training like a postgraduate, or did you further your law degree?
I didn't further my law degree. Let me see. Before I came to Kenya, I didn't further my law degree. So when I came to Kenya, I've always wanted to work. By the way, when I was in school, I wanted to be a magistrate. So yeah, I wanted to be a magistrate. But when I started having children, I don't know, that dream just, I liked to be a magistrate. I loved it. But I didn't, after my degree, I didn't further my education in Cameroon. When I came to Kenya in 2018, before COVID, I decided to go back to school. So that's when I went to school and did my master's. I did my master's in international diplomacy, international conflict management. So I have a master's in international. Remember at the beginning I said I was a diplomat. I have a master's in international conflict management. I did the master's for 2 years and graduated and started looking for a job. While looking for a job, I was still doing what I was doing. I was doing events for people. Here in Kenya, I've not charged for any event yet. Yes, but I've done people's curtains, my active business I do now in Kenya is that I run a home restaurant. Yes, so anything you want, Cameroonian in particular, yes, I run a home restaurant. Yes.
So I find this very interesting, that even after you have come that long, you still went back to do your diplomatic course. And you wanted a job.
I still want.
You still want. But as you wait, you're not sitting and mourning and complaining. You're making use of what is in your hands to keep yourself busy and to still earn a shilling or two. There is something else you say that you do. There is makeup and there is tailoring. Please tell us more about it.
Okay, for makeup, before I love, like I told you, I love beautiful things, right? I never used to wear makeup because I didn't like the way women wore their makeup. So when I see people's makeup, I'm like, oh, how does she look like this? I never used to. I like the concept of makeup, but I never used to wear makeup because I thought I didn't know how to wear it. Yeah. So when I came to Kenya, in Kenya, so you know, coming to Kenya has taught me a lot of things because I came, I never knew anybody. I was at home just with the kids. So it brought out all the hidden talents in me. Yeah. So I used to like makeup. I went on YouTube I started learning how to do makeup. I was learning how to do makeup and do it on my own face. Then I had a friend, actually she encouraged me. I had a friend, she was in China, she was in makeup school. She used to live in China, but she was in makeup school. Pamela is her name. So she would always tell me, "For I would like you to do your brows like this. I would like you to do this." So I said, before I didn't like it, but when I saw, because she does makeup well, I started picking interest. So I started picking interest and I started learning. I'll go on YouTube. I started bit by bit how to do brows. I learned how to do my brows, how to do eyeshadow. I learned how to do lipsticks, foundation, and all of that. Then I'll buy my products, right? So when I go to someone, everybody like, the makeup is so nice. Who did it? I said, I did my makeup myself. I'll go to the malls and people say, "Are you a makeup artist?" I'll say, "No." Yes. And in my community here, when I go for parties, they go, "See, you're going to do my makeup." So I just do it for people. But it's something I can actually monetize if I want to.
Yes. And I think the market is right.
The market is there.
It's there. But one thing I have picked about you is I think you're a very teachable person.
Yeah.
And you're always ready to learn something new. So I think I want to say thanks to Pamela. If you're watching this video, Pamela,
and she's going to watch.
Yes, she's definitely going to watch. You share with her. Thank you so much for inspiring our guest and making her become who she is today. So I think if you announced it there and you opened it up, would you take it up as a business?
I don't mind.
You don't mind?
Yes.
Wow.
I might not like doing makeup on people, but if it pays me money, I'll do it.
Yeah. Makeup pays.
Yes, because I love money. So if it pays good money, I'll do it. Yeah. Then another thing, Pamela too used to do wigs. Yes. So she actually sent me a wig from China and they delivered it to my house here in Lavington. So when the wig came, I looked at it. I liked it, but I didn't know how to wear wigs. I like wigs on people.
Yes, but I don't know how
I don't know.
fix it.
Everybody wears wigs, right? But I like my things to be in a certain kind of way. I don't know whether I'm making any sense.
Yeah, you are.
Everybody wears wigs, but when I look at the wigs, they don't look appealing to me. I'm like, what is she wearing on her head? It looks funny. Yeah. So I went on YouTube again and learned how to do wigs.
Yeah.
So I started doing my wigs by myself. I buy the bundle and I come and do my wigs. Then I'll buy the closure. One time I went to town and I paid somebody to do my wig and he did it and I wore it. I'm like, what's happening to this closure? I don't like the way it's sitting on my head. And I started doing my closures from scratch.
Wow.
Like I'll actually ventilate the closure. I went on YouTube and learned how to ventilate.
So when you say closure, somebody watching might not know what closure is. What is to ventilate the closure? What is that?
Okay, now let me explain. You know, for wigs, right? We have the bundles. The bundles is the bundles is the bundle. What we have to sew on the hair.
All right.
Yes.
Like
then like the hair. Then the part that looks like your scalp is what we call the closure. That net.
Oh,
yes. So it's handmade. That's why it's very expensive.
Yes.
Yes, because it's handmade. It takes time. So since I'm at home, I don't really have much doing. I will just do the than to go and buy a closure for 10,000, for example. I will spend maybe 6,000 to do that closure, or maybe 5,000 to do that closure. And I'm not rushing. Nobody is following me. I do it at my pace, and I do it the way I like to do it.
And the way you want it to sit on your head,
on my head
and give you a certain look.
Exactly. Wow. So when I wear my wigs, you see the pictures. When I wear my wig, and everybody will be like, Faustine, I like your wigs look so nice. So I started thinking, I didn't really do wigs as a business, but if you really insist, I'll do it for you and you pay me. You get it? Yes. If you really insist, I'll do it for you and you pay me.
I like the way your passion comes before money.
Yes.
You just want to do something because you enjoy it, and then you do it and do it well. Then there is demand.
Yeah.
In Kenya, there is a Kiswahili proverb that says, kizuri chajiuza, kibaya chajitembeza. What that means is, when something is good, it sells itself.
True.
When something is not good, it just works and nobody really is bothered about it. I hope the Kiswahili expert will take that as correct. But yeah, so what I see is there's so much passion in you, and you do not think about money first. You think about the skill, you think about the quality of your work, and how you can present it and make it good first. And then when it is good, somebody likes it and comes and makes an order. Then you can start negotiating. how much you will
how
pay for
much
this.
you pay.
I
Okay,
like
you
this.
know when I came to Kenya,
Mhm.
they braid in Kenya differently from the way they braid in Cameroon.
Mhm.
And I'm very tender-headed. So when somebody touches my hair, it pains a lot.
Mm.
So I actually started braiding my hair myself.
Okay.
Like braid like this, I'll just sit on the mirror and do it
Mhm.
myself.
So have you done this for
No,
yourself?
I didn't do this myself because, well, I really don't need to. I found braiders
Yeah.
who are going to braid me and they are a bit light-handed.
Yeah.
So, but if I have to, or if
Mm.
I'm faced with a situation where I have nobody to braid my hair, I can braid my hair by
So
myself.
you actually do braids on your head?
On my own head, yeah.
Braids like this one?
Like this one.
They are too long.
I
How do
do.
you bring it forward and
Well, I don't know. I just put a mirror in front of me and another
And
one
you do
behind
it.
and I do it.
Wow.
Yes, I don't know.
You are at
I
another
do.
level.
Yeah. So there was one time, we have this, we call it in West Africa, the Ankara. In Cameroon, we call it Rapa.
Mhm.
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 So we have, in Kenya, they have a lot of fabric
Yes.
like this,
But the
good
African
quality, the
fabric.
African, even the normal
We call them
fabric.
kitenge.
Kitenge,
Yeah.
voila, they have it here.
Mhm.
But the sewing is
Mhm.
a bit too expensive, which is normal. People charge for their craft.
Yes.
You get, so I don't,
Wow.
yes. So one
Mhm.
time we had a funeral here and they invited us for that funeral, my husband and I.
Mm.
So I had to go for that funeral. And for funerals for us, we wear the kitenge. That's how you call it, right?
Yes. Yes.
That's what we wear for funerals,
Mhm.
either black or the
Mm.
kitenge.
Yeah.
So I wanted to wear that. So I took one piece of the wrapper and I went to a tailor and I told her to make a kaftan for me. You know what a kaftan is? Those flowy dresses.
Oh, yes, yes, yes.
And she charged, I think, 4,000 or 4,500 or something.
With your own
I was like,
material.
hey, I have my own material. You want me to pay?
Wow.
She said
Yeah,
yes.
that
I
was
just told
pricey.
myself, no, I won't pay. I came home and I went on YouTube and I learned how to cut that. Yes. Because I have a machine already.
Yeah.
I know how to use the machine, you get?
Yeah.
So I just went on YouTube and I
And you did it
learned how to
yourself.
cut and I did it myself.
Wow.
And that's how I started making clothes for myself.
Mm.
I started making clothes for myself. Well, for you are going to make my. I've never paid. Nobody has ever paid me. Well, one time I was making the African kaftans. I'll show you. And I used to send them to my friends abroad. And
Wow.
they'll pay.
So those ones will pay.
They'll pay.
Yes.
They'll
They need
pay.
to pay for your time,
Yes,
skill,
they'll
and
pay.
resources.
So I
All
started
these
doing
things
that
put
now.
together.
Those kaftans.
Wow.
I'll show you. People like them. They're just free.
Yeah. So how many things have we said you have? You stitch clothes, or is it tailoring?
Yeah.
You do hair,
Mm.
you do makeup,
Mm-hmm.
you cook,
I do interior
you do
decoration.
interior decoration.
Yeah.
5 things in one. And then of course you're a mother, you're a
Yeah.
wife,
And that
and
is
you're
the
a lawyer
most
by training.
important.
Yes, and this is the most
The
important.
most
I
important.
like that.
Yes.
Great. Is there any other skill that you have forgotten somewhere?
I don't
Before I
know.
ask you the next question, or I'll ask you if it comes and you will,
I
you will
don't
tell
know.
us.
Maybe.
So I would like to
Being a homemaker is a
being a
skill.
homemaker. Yes,
That's
that's
a
a
skill.
skill.
Yeah, I
Yes.
like the way people tell me I manage my home well. I like the way I manage my home actually. Yeah, I told you I have 3 boys, and you know the conception, boys must be boys. A house with boys can never be beautiful. So I told myself that I'm going to change that narrative.
Yes.
Yeah.
Your house is very beautiful.
I told myself,
Yes.
our boys are not destructive. They are very calm. I
I
have
think
very
it
calm
also has
boys.
to do with how a person trains the children.
Exactly.
I think it has to do with that. So when I hear your story, I see a person who is purposeful. If you want to do this, you do it and you give it your all. You want to be a mother, you decided I'm being a mother, and I will not bother running after a job. I will just focus. But as a mother, I will be making use of what is invested in me.
Exactly.
And learn a skill or two and bring it out and let people decide. And actually, people have decided to get your services, some for pay and some for free. So, what would you tell somebody sitting somewhere? They probably have looked for a job they haven't found. They may be holding a degree or a master's certificate, and some people haven't found jobs. There are others also who might not have been able to pay for school fees, and they are sitting and they're depressed. They feel worthless. We have all those categories of people. We have a mother who is at home and she's not in employment either because she resigned or she didn't find one, and she's a mother and she's at home and she's feeling like she's wasting her time. Please talk to those people and let them know what they can do and learn from what you have done.
Okay, first I have my mantra. I can do all things through Christ who gives me strength. And I tell my children that every day.
Yes.
So whatever I put my mind to, I will do it. I know that. I know that I can do it.
Wow.
Right? So for women for women who are at home who don't have a job, I like to work. The main it's not if I can still make money without working. I actually make money without having the conventional job.
Yes.
But the reason why I want to work is because I'm raising boys and I want them to know that a woman doesn't always stay at home. There are also women who go out there to work.
Yes.
So that's what I want. That's the space of And I low key want to teach in the university one day.
Wow.
Yes, I low key want to teach in the university one day. To do that, I have to have a PhD. I'm working on that.
Wow.
Yes,
Look
I'm
at
working
you.
on that.
You're really an intelligent person.
I'm working on that.
So may I ask, it seems like because you have your ambition.
I've not finished your question.
Yes. Yes.
You know, in the university, whenever I was broke, in my last year, my mother used to work with Camtel. Camtel is like the Safaricom of Kenya. Yes,
Yes.
the Safaricom. So she was redundant. My final year in the university, my mother lost her job. Let me say so.
Yes.
So I used to braid people's hair to support myself in the university. She used to still give my allowance, but it didn't come. I mean, it reduced because she didn't have a steady source of income. So I used to braid people in the university to support myself. It's the same thing. If you are now at home and you don't have a job, God has given everybody a talent. Everybody. So the message I have for women out there, everybody in this life has what God deposited in them. Like it mustn't be makeup, it mustn't be hair, it mustn't be hair, it mustn't be cooking. Everybody has a talent. Some people are very, very articulate, like they speak so well. So you can pick up MC gigs and all of that. And even if you have a job, you can always do that on the side because everybody wants to have more.
Others are writers.
Exactly.
Others
are
are
writers, others are artists.
They can also find art.
Exactly.
Wow.
So everybody has what God has deposited in them. Yeah.
Wow. I see a lot of intentionality in the way you have segmented your life. You have you went to school, and then you of course graduated from campus, and then you got married, and then you have children. And I think the way you are and the way you seem to me, you're a very intelligent person and you are a go-getter. You go for what you want. If it's a job and you wanted to get it, you would have it. But I think you slowed down so that you can have more time to homemake.
Yeah.
And then as you homemake, you're still growing in those other areas. And I think a person like you would not be afraid of retirement because you know what you're retiring to. You still have the energy, you still have the skills, you still have the passion. So even if you got a job now and a time comes when you have to retire, you would still have something in your hands to do.
Yeah, like I said, I already know what I told you here before that I low key want to teach in the university one day. Yes. So in my late 40s, in my 50s, that's what
Do you
I would
want
like to do.
to teach in the university in the area of law?
No.
Or what course would
If
you
I
like
want to do a PhD, I want to do a PhD. I'm working on it, like I told you.
Wow.
I want to do something like psychology. I want to do psychology. I want to do counseling. Yeah, many people have encouraged me, and I think I can do well.
I think you have a heart, and that course would really be okay.
Yeah, I think I can do well. I like to talk to young girls. Yeah, and I'm I'm the likable auntie.
Yes.
Yes.
Wow.
These young children like me a lot.
That speaks a lot to the course you would like to do.
Yeah. So I think I have a lot in my heart.
Yes.
I have a lot of love in my heart to give people out.
Wow.
Yes.
And you're very lovable too.
Oh, nice.
What would you like to tell a parent out there who has a child and they are dreaming for this child? Every parent dreams. They have dreams for this child. They probably have decided what the child should do. And probably the child has their own dreams and maybe they haven't talked about it or they have talked about it. You can just talk to that parent and either offer advice or encourage them. Yes, what would you tell?
Okay, to the parents out there, what I would say is every child is unique, right? The grades are good, very good, but it's not only about the grades. The A's are perfect. But it's not only about the breed. In our society, in the society we are in today, we need to use what God gave us. And it can keep us, I mean, what God gave us can set us apart. It's even in the Bible, it's in the Bible that your gift is going to make way for you and set you before kings. Yeah. So what every child has a talent. We should try to explore that talent. Yeah, because some of us, especially if a child doesn't have 10 A's, for example, because we want to live our dreams through our children.
Wow.
Yes. So if a child doesn't have 10 A's, I would like my child to do very well in school, but I would prefer an all-round kid. Yes. So I'll encourage parents out there to encourage the artistic side of their children. Artistic side of it. If a child talks well, you encourage that aspect. If a child writes well, thinks well, although you just try to encourage because one never knows.
Yes. Once they're done, even if they have their A's, they will have a lot to choose from.
Yes, they'll have a lot to choose from. You can even do all.
Yes, you can do all.
You can do all.
Wow. I think you're one of the guests that I would want to keep the whole day, but time does not allow us to do the whole day. So I think we'll bring it to an end. Unless if you have a parting shot or something that you think you might have forgotten to say that you would like our audience to hear.
Okay, what I want to say is that I have a YouTube channel I started in 2022, 2022, where I teach how to cook. How to cook.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
How to cook.
Yes.
I do cooking videos. I want to expand it a little, but let's just stick to that for now. I do cooking videos. It's Alpha Cuisine on all social media platforms.
Wow.
Alpha Cuisine on Instagram, Alpha Cuisine on YouTube, Alpha Cuisine on TikTok, Alpha Cuisine on Facebook.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I'm one of your followers.
Yes. And if there's anybody who wants to try Cameroon food,
yes, here you are.
Yeah.
Yes.
My number is going to be there on the screen.
Yes. And you can actually say, yes, what number is that?
0701 051832.
Wow.
0701 051832.
Yes.
For snacks, chin chin.
Yes.
I'll show you the pictures. We have chin chin. We have chin chin. We have jollof rice. Everybody knows jollof rice.
Yes. I hear it, but I'm not sure.
Don't worry, you try it one day. Jollof rice. We have fried rice. We have our version of our grilled chicken and anything you want to try. Yeah. Come if you want to try our Cameroonian cuisine, just.
So if somebody wants you to do cooking for them, to do their makeup, to do their design inside their interiors,
yes,
patterns, they can call the same number.
The same number. I'm open. Recently, last month, I decorated. So it was a new Airbnb. I furnished and decorated that Airbnb. Wow. I'm going to insert pictures in
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
All right.
So if people have that.
All right.
Yeah.
So thank you very much for your time. Thank you for speaking to us and for encouraging us and for inspiring us. I think everybody who's watching this now feels like I want to go and look at myself afresh. What can I do? What is my interest? What is my passion? How can I train? And there's a university called the University of YouTube.
Yes.
Where you can learn many things. You don't have to go to school if you don't have the money, but don't sit at home and feel like the world is coming to an end. Just take a step forward and just learn how to do things by yourself, and you will be able to make a coin or a shilling or two as you go along. So thank you very much for watching. I'll encourage you to share this video, to like this video, and of course to subscribe to my YouTube channel, as well as subscribing to
Alpha Cuisine, ARFA Cuisine.
Yes, we support our visitor, our guests, and we support Mukami Benson as we support you in your journey of life. Thank you very much. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.